to spot.
OK, now, we microchip cats and dogs, don't we? But what about humans? To have a chip which could store your bank details, medical records, scan and pay for travelling on the train, all here in your hand. Well, Alex Lewis is a multiple amputee, and he's been microchipped to make his life easier and enable him to perform a simple task of opening a door. He invited me to see what it was all about.
Being an amputee, everything takes a lot longer. So something as simple as putting a key in a lock could take me 10, 15 minutes. And I think if we can shave time off tasks such as that, then it's a win-win.
4 years ago, Alex contracted Streptococcus A, which led to blood poisoning and toxic shock. His arms and legs had to be amputated. Being independent is important for Alex. And today he's hoping that this tiny microchip, the size of a grain of rice, could give him more freedom.
X marks the spot.
Dr. Jeff Watson, who is performing the procedure today, is the man who saved Alex's life.
This is the chip. You can see it just in the end of the needle there. It's not the smallest of needles. And that's why we use local anaesthetic. Are you all right with this?
Absolutely fine.
Cool, good man.
Within minutes, it's all over.
Right, you are now chipped.
Chipped. It's all good.
The chip holds data which is unique to Alex, and it can store much more.
His bank details, his passport, so you could, in theory, get on the train and just scan through and it would know where you got on, who you were, where you got off, you'd be billed accordingly.
Everything is so fast-paced now and it's moving so quickly. And for once in my life, I feel that I'm ahead of the curve, really. All the applications that it could be used for, it's quite exciting.
And how does that weigh up with those who would think, oh, hang on, this is a bit Big Brother, I don't want everybody to know that?
It's a case of balancing the pros and the cons. If people don't want it, that's their choice. But the reality is, people are carrying mobile phones that are broadcasting a lot of this information already.
But how much does it cost?
We provide a full medical implant procedure for around £250. We also provide a kit, so you can have a piercing studio do it for around £60. You need then technology outside, so kit out your house with a lock, and that's around £300–400 to have a lock replaced, and the possibilities are endless.
It sounds a bit sci-fi, but one day could we all have a chip which holds our medical records just like Alex?
It would just make my life so easy. A&E, waiting times in A&E would be halved, simply because you wouldn't have to plough through all this stuff.
Would it save lives?
I think it could potentially save lives.
So is the chip working?
It is working. It's fantastic. I'm always going to be in this condition, and to be a guinea pig with some of this technology is just brilliant. For me, it's going to be hopefully life-changing in the future. So I'm very fortunate.
Alex,
incredible.
extraordinary. I have to say that the whole family have now had it done, so they've all got the chip.
They can all get into their own
Yeah,
homes.
they can. And we
That's
could all, I
great.
mean, 10 years' time, if less than that, we could all be walking around with a chip, couldn't we?
It's interesting about the medical records as well. You can really see the kind of the benefits for the doctors, but also if you know,
But there are people who obviously don't think, you know, they don't like that, and that's understandable as well. Right, talking of chips and things like that, well, we get on with the weather.